This story is called Nature King, Awaken, Reconnected, Live Free. All right, let's take a look here. Nature King, Awakening Call for We the People. Listen, children of the soil and stars. Wake up. The alarm has been ringing in the wind, in the rivers, in your bones, but you hit snooze under the weight of paper chains. I am the nature king, born from the first breath of creation, crowned not by gold, but by the leaves that never fall in truth. I walk the forests you call resources, swim the oceans you call dumps, and weep the rain you call weather. Today I rise to shake the sleep from your eyes. Stop being slaves to money. Money is not your master. It's a ghost you invented, a shadow you chase while the will light fades. You trade your hours, your joy, your children's laughter for numbers on a screen, for scraps from tables set by those who never touched the dirt. You build cases of death and call them homes. You sell your time to machines that never tire, while your soul starves in fluorescent lights. Enough. Break the ledger's spell. Remember, the earth gives freely, sun without invoice, water without tax, air without subscription. Reclaim what was never meant to be bought or sold, your life force. Open your soul for connection. Close the apps. Silence the noise. Step barefoot onto the ground that birthed you. Feel the pulse of the mother beneath your feet. See who cradles every root, every heartbeat, every dream you've forgotten. Lift your face to the Father above, the endless sky that holds no grudges, only vast permissions to be. Breathe them in. Let them flood the empty spots where fear and isolation had carved their thorns. Connection is not a luxury, it is oxygen for the spirit. Without it, you wither like leaves torn from the branch. With it, you become unbreakable, part of the web that links the eagle's cry to the worm's quiet walk, the children's wonder to the elder's wisdom. We, the people, are not separate nations, races, or classes. We are one body, the human family woven into the greater family of life. The mother nurtures us all. The Father lights the path for every soul. When we forget them, we forget ourselves, and slavery follows to systems, to greed, to division. Raise now, plant your feet, open your hands, not to gasp, but to receive and give. Speak to the trees as kin, honor the waters as blood. Teach your children that wealth is measured in clean rivers, shared stories, and hearts that beat in rhythm of creation. The revolution is not fought with weapons, but with awakening. It begins in quiet moments, a deep breath in the forest, a prayer under stars, a choice to walk instead of drive, to share instead of hold. I, the nature king, stand with you, not above but beside. The throne is the soil itself. The crown is awareness. The kingdom is here now if we claim it. We, the people, awaken, reconnect, remember who you are. The mother and father are calling, answer, live free. The kingdom of the nature king rages in the Pacific Northwest, where ancient shadows whisper secrets to the rain. The Cascade stands as internal guardians, and the Royal Pacific meets the soul of the land. Here in the emerald heart of Oregon, Washington, and the coastal wilds, we declare the kingdom of the Pacific Northwest, a living declaration of freedom rooted in the soil, powered by the sun, and bound by love without law books. This is no mere dream, it is the awakening. A solar punk community looming from the mossy ruins of the old world. We reject the chains of centralized control and embrace the decentralized harmony that nature has always martyred. Core pillars of the kingdom: solar punk heartbeat, homes woven from timber, strawberry, cob, and reclaimed materials, living roots heavy with ferns and wildflowers, solar panels gleaming like leaves catching leaves, microgrids of wind, hydro from mountain streams, and community scale solar orchards feed the grid friendly. No blackouts, no bill from distant corporations. Permanent culture food forests stretch across the valley. Hazelnuts, berries, apples, mushrooms, salmon streams restored. Greenhouse bulbed year round against the gentle Pacific Northwest drizzle. Art, music, and storytelling flow as freely as the river. Mirrors on every wall. Bonfires under starlit skies. Maker spaces humming with 3D printers and hand looms. Free trade, no taxes. Barter, gift economy, mutual aid, and local currency. Trade flows openly. A blacksmith's tools for a healer's ruined hopes. A, a weaver's cloth for a coder's open source design. No tolls, no tariffs within the kingdom. Exterior trade, voluntary, transparent, and only when the community consents to. No corporate monopoly, no extensive deals. Taxes abolished, governed by consensual council, wise wisdom circles, and direct participation. Resources managed as commons. Water, forest, air, held in sacred trusts, never commoditized. Family focus, multi generation villages where grandparents teach foraging, parents teach tend the orchards, children run wild and wise in the woods. The homes designed for extended families and choosing kin. Co-housing clusters with shared kitchens, childcare groves, healing yurts. Rites of passage under the cedars. First salmon catch, first solo camp, first harvest sale. Care for the volunteer is sacred duty. No one left behind. Elders honored. New parents supported. The grieving held in community song. Education, hands on, earth based, joyful. Learning to read the land as fluent as books. The kingdom of the nature king is not a secession in the old sense, but a reclamation of network of autonomous, interconnected hamlets, farms, and forest sanctuaries ranging across the bioregion, from the Olympic rainforest to the Willamette Valley, from Puget Sound Islands to the high desert edges. We grow together. The establishment year. Market. Plant the first cornerstone groves. Launch the first solar punk assemblies. Draft the living charter. We hold these truths self-fulfilling, that the earth is our mother, the sky our father, and freedom our birthright. We, the people of the Pacific Northwest, loggers turned stewards, techies turned growers, artists turned visionaries, awaken now. The old empire crumbles under its own weight. We raise light footed, sun powered, family strong. Join the kingdom, tend the soil, sow the harvest, live unbound. Nature's king stands among the trees, crown a vine and feathers, waiting only for your yes. The Nature King's paraphrasal speech, Timeline of the Labor Pains, 2026 through 2031. Hear me, kins of the misty forest, children of the cedar and the salmon streams. I am the Nature King, voice of the ancient green, guardian of the Pacific Northwest wired heart. The mother trembles, the father darkens his face with storm clouds. These are the labor pains, the contractions before a new birth. The throes before the beast system rise to claim dominance over flesh and soil. Not in vengeance do I speak, but in warning and call. Awaken now, or be chained to the machine. 2026, the Crimson Awakens. Riots in the first virus shadow. The cities burned first. Portland bridges became barricades. Seattle streets echo with shattered glass and chats turned to screams. Martial law dripped like fog over the coast. Curfews, checkpoints, drones humming overhead like angry wasps. A new virus stir, whispered from lab or spilled from the old one's ashes. Masks return, but this time the fear is weaponized deeper. Digital post passports, forced compliance, earthquakes rattle the cascade. Mount Rainier coughing ash, reminding us the ring of fire awakes. Fire devoured the dry east of the state, while the floods swallowed lowlands. These are the opening groans, the people divided. Some clings to screens, others flees to the roads. Kingdom seeds planted in 2027 found their first soil here, in hidden valleys where family gathered under solar roofs, trading seeds and stories free of tax and taxing. 2027, the kingdom rise among the shaking earthquake, volcanoes, and assassination. The ground itself rebels. A great oak split highways from Olympia to Eugene. Bridges fall into the Columbian like broken promises. Volcanoes stir. St. Helens belches again. Herd grows red in the night. Lava speaks what wood cannot. The earth purges what poisons her. Leaders fall, assassins in the night. Bullets or poisons or accidents. Power vacuums birth chaos. Puppets topple, revealing strings in darker hands. Wildfire reigns unchecked, turning forests to charcoal altars. Yet in this crucible, the kingdom of Pacific Northwest takes root. Solar punk hamlet blooms. Off-grid clusters in the Olympic Peninsula. Food forests in the Willamette. River power micrograves lighting up without corporate meters. Free trade circles. Barter fairs under ancient settles. No taxes claimed by crumbling empires. Families huddled close. Elders touch the young to read the land. Teach the land. Teach the young to read the land. Children riding barefoot while parents for tools from reclaimed steel. They reject the beast whisper. Connect to the grid. Surrender your flesh to code. 2028 through 2029, the deepening pains, fires, floods, and the machine's siren call. More riots erupt as food sources bite and currencies flatter. Martial law spreads, now permanent in name if not degree. Another pandemic variant sweeps, deadlier or more diverse, targeted, perhaps to thin the resistance. Fires consume millions of acres. Smoke choked the sun for months, turning day to orange twilight. The beast system test is cores. Newer links offered as salvation, cure for diseases, connection without touch, enhancement for the weary. Plug in, it promised. Merge with the machine and yield your suffering. Meaning yet, eyes glazed as souls dim in silicone embrace. But the kingdom grow defiant. We choose mother's touch over cold circuitry, father's vast sky over virtual cages. Our solar punk villages become beacons, permaculture strongholds, wind and sun powered, where children learn to hear with herbs, not cold. 2030, 2031, the final constructions. The beast system ascends. The labor peaks. Global system collapse into one. Here's your ID, programmable money. Surveillance woven into skin. Connection with machine become mandatory. Newer implants for safety. AI overload detecting thought and trade. The mark, not a tattoo, but a link that binds soul to system. Refuse and starve, accept and lose your free will. Earthquakes cascade. San Andreas roars. Cascadia finally unleashes her full fury. Tsunamis swallow coast. Volcanoes paint skies black. Fires circle the globe like crowns of judgment. Yet even here in the shadow of the beast, pockets of light endure. The kingdom of the Nature King stands. Networks of autonomic communities, families clan rooted deep, trading in trust and harvest, powered by sun and steam and stream. No taxes to the machine, no surrender to the link. We the people remember, true connection is soul to soul, heart to heart, not wire to wire. These are the labor pains, kin. The beast rides on waves of fear and false salvation, but birth follows pain. A new world awaits, green, free, family bound if enough wakens. Plant now, gather your kin, open your soul to the mother and father. Reject the machine's hollow promises. Choose life unbound. The kingdom calls from the forests of the Pacific Northwest. Would you heed? Would you build? The contractions grow stronger. The, the birth is near. The nature guides decree, the sacred fungus, mycelium, the hidden root of the kingdom. King of Portland, Wolf Thomas, servant of the wired force. You speak the word fungus and the forest answers. In the kingdom of the Pacific Northwest, fungus are not mere mushrooms sprouting out the rain. They are the living internet of the earth, the unseen sovereignty waving life from decay, healing wounds the old world inflicted. They are the true underground royalty, the mezzanine math that binds us all in the solar punk rebirth. Why fungus is the crown jewel of our solar punk kingdom. The Mother Earth spinks through mycelium, vast white networks threading beneath every forest floor from the Olympic penicillin to the High Cascade. These are the World Wide Web, trees sharing water, nutrients, warnings of fires or drought through fungal threads. In our kingdom, we honor this as sacred infrastructure. No wires, no grids imposed by the beast, only the ancient, decentralized flow of life. Menocoda medication, the fungus gift of purification. After the fire rage, after the toxic gas fall and the rivers turn black with runoff from burnt lands, we call upon the mushrooms. Species like oyster mushrooms, turkey tail, and the mighty agaricon of the old growth stands broke down pollution, petricins, heavy metals, petroleum, wire fire toxin. We spread wood chips and straw along Scott's hillside. The mescaline colonized, digesting the poison, turning death into fertile soil. This is not technology, it is remembrance. Fungus has been cleaning the planet for 500 million years. In a kingdom, every village has its myco medication guide. Families tended fungus beds to heal streams. We meditate old industry sites and purify water before it reaches the salmons. Permaculture and food forests, fungus as co-creators. In our food forests, hazelnut groves, berry thickets, apple orchards. Mycorrhizal fungus partners with roots. They extend the reach of trees, trading sugar for minerals. No synthetic fertilizers. The kingdom feeds itself through symbolics. Mushroom logs and badgets, shiitake, lion mane, which must take protein, medicine, and joy harvest year round in the misty northwest climate. Children learn to articulate substance, sawdust, coffee ground, cardboard, waste became boundaries. Medicine and spirit, the fathers whispered through the camp. Realists for immunity in the labor pains of pandemics. Lion mane for clarity when the machine tempts with neural links. Turkey tail to straighten the body against aversion and fear. Paws Stedmans, microcolony of the northwest old growth forest, called fungus the grandmother wisdom of the planet. We listen. His walk inspired our kingdom. Preserve well strains and hidden groves. Cultivate allies against the beast's general future. In the timeline of awakening, 2026, 2027, a riot flare in martial law titan requires spawn circular starter kits, portable labs and backpack for family affiliating cities. 2028 plus. Post-fire zones became fungus nursery. The kingdom first mycelium temples, living structures of obsoleted wood, rise as community hubs. 2030, 2031. When the beast demands connection to the machine, we offer the deeper Sorry, folks. Lost my voice. That's it.